welcome back. I hope you're doing really well. Thank you again for the love and support on yesterday's video. Hopefully you guys went ahead and followed that tutorial, the quick one on how to pick up some HSUITE tokens. If you haven't, I suggest you go and check that out as the token sale is still live. I will do a quick update on that further on in this video. That being said, tons of different stuff to cover again today. Lots of market news and general updates for Hedera that I want to share with you guys. So as per usual, let's jump into the market overview section of this to begin with. As we can see on Crypto Bubbles, on the daily view, majority of the projects across the board are showing signs of relief. Big green day for Algorand and HNT Helium Network. I will be touching on why Algorand is having a bit of a pump at the moment. Some fairly bullish news regarding partnerships, which is nice to see. That being said, nearly 3% up on the day for HBAR. Obviously, I'm still continuing to average in this. We're less than 15 cents currently. And obviously, like I've mentioned in previous videos, my current strategy for Hedera is obviously to have enough HBAR tokens that I can continue to hold HBAR for the long run, but also have some liquid HBAR available for me to use for these new HTS tokens that we're seeing launch within the ecosystem, e.g. picking up, source tokens, SAUCERSWAP NFTs for utility, picking up HSUITE tokens and other DEX tokens when they launch. That's kind of my play and my plan to make the most of this ecosystem growth we're seeing over on Hedera. That being said, a lot of the other projects we talk about on the channel as well are doing very well. Engine's up 5% today, Link 3%, etc. This is what I mentioned before. If you're averaging into these positions and you are constantly adding on a regular basis, you will benefit greatly from these moves. One thing to remember about cryptocurrencies in general is the volatility is extreme in comparison to traditional equities. What I mean by that is we will see consistent downside for an extended period, like we've seen over the last week, and then suddenly it will flip on its head in the span of a couple of hours, and you will see massive moves back to the upside, like you can see here of Algo, 20% increase. This is massive. This is billions of dollars that are flowing around into these projects at a moment's notice. So if you're not in the projects because you just have to sell out and you want to time the market, just be aware that there's a high possibility you will miss that re-entry point. Hence why I don't play that game of trying to time the market. I prefer time in the market. Flicking over, let's have a quick look at what's pumping Algorand. So that being that Algorand will become the official blockchain platform for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar 2022. So big news there for them supporting FIFA and working alongside them. Not only that as well, we're seeing some more information about future South Korean finance minister wants to delay Bitcoin and crypto capital gains tax until 2025. So this is to continue spurring innovation and adoption within South Korea. I've mentioned them many times on the channel in the past, but the APAC region, South Korea, etc., countries like that are really driving themselves forward as an innovation and cryptocurrency hub for the future, and they are severely looking to adopt it wherever they can by all means necessary. That being said as well, some interesting news here about $13.1 trillion was paid in Bitcoin last year, 20% more than the value of payments settled by Visa. So talking about sort of settlement networks in general and adoption, we're currently seeing more payments being facilitated via cryptocurrencies than traditional payment methods like Visa. Obviously, this is being skewed by massive, very big whales and wealthy people moving large amounts of capital via these cryptocurrency networks, not something you'll see being done by, say, something like Visa. However, this is a sign of the future. These systems, blockchains, Hashgraphs, etc., are able and capable to move trillions of dollars annually. Not only that as well, we're obviously seeing massive developments on these chains continuously. Talking about cryptocurrency platforms and centralized exchanges, if any of you guys do hold a crypto.com account or have like a wallet with them that you purchase via a big centralized exchange here in the United Kingdom, and I think they're also available throughout Europe. I'm not sure if they're available in the United States. They are talking about the card program. So the community has been really vocal with regards to the changes to the card program announced yesterday. We care deeply about the community. We hear you and always listen to you. As a result, we're revising card staking rates. Instead of eliminating card staking earn rates completely, we will offer a more balanced approach. 8% APY for private members, Obsidian, Icy White, and Frosted Rose Gold. I don't think that's going to be very many of us on this channel, as I think it was somewhere around the 300,000 pound, or might have been 30,000 pounds, something like that. And then 4% for Royal Indigo and Jade green card holders, which I believe was an initial stake of £3,000 of Crow. These are of course tough decisions. Nobody wants benefits to be reduced, least of all me. Given our large scale, though, it's necessary to ensure long-term sustainability. Amidst the changes, let's not lose sight of how far we've come. Crypto.com is now one of the largest platforms globally. The Cronos ecosystem is growing exponentially. TVL, transactions, unique wallets, a number of projects are all growing by leaps and bounds. A lot of innovation is coming to Cronos, including attractive yields for the community. Crypto.com will make it all easily accessible. Now, Crypto.com and the Cronos token is actually something that I hold. I'm not sure if I've really covered it on this channel before. However, after the recent pullbacks we've seen, I am looking to purchase some of it, or some more of it, and build my position slightly larger in the Crow token, the native token to Crypto.com. Another one of my key drivers for that rationale is that they have been talking about buybacks to reduce the circulating supply of that Cronos token. I believe these are still rumors and nothing has been confirmed. However, if they do that, naturally you're going to see price appreciation from them removing some of that Cronos from circulation. That being said, I think it will continue to do very well into the future, and this is a project that I will continue to hold over the long term. And in addition to that, with 4% yield on some of those card tiers, I am very tempted to up my allocation into Cronos in order to receive that 4% yield of staking, as well as the benefits that come alongside holding one of those cards. Moving on to Hedera, let's talk about HSUITE. So we can see here from the bar, we're roughly somewhere around a third of the way through the initial token sale that we've seen. Apologies, I misread those numbers quickly. This purple bar is actually how much HSUITE's left. So there's only a third of that initial HSUITE supply left available to purchase. So if you guys haven't picked up any HSUITE from this round one, don't forget the subsequent rounds will come. However, they will become more expensive. So you are buying HSUITE at a lower value via this pre-sale round one. Check out yesterday's video as that shows you how to do it. Fairly straightforward to do. This is an early opportunity for those of you that want to take that additional risk. Obviously, do some of your own research on the platform. Tons of videos on my channel talking about HSUITE itself and what it is offering. It is a smart node-based DEX rather than a smart contract-based DEX. So it's doing something very different, and it is fully utilizing and leveraging the HCS contract service and the Hedera token service tools that are available to developers, which is fantastic to see as a novel approach. Talking about DEXs, SAUCERSWAP Labs have just put out an announcement saying that they'll be taking a snapshot. So our team has elected to take a snapshot of all Planck Epoch NFTs within the next couple of days. This snapshot will determine the airdrop amount each holder is entitled to. Too long didn't read. Proceed with secondary sales of Planck Epoch NFTs at your own risk. This measure is being taken to ensure accuracy of the airdrops, more specifically to reduce any sources of error or failure from mirror nodes. Please be aware that any NFTs bought on secondary markets or transferred after this snapshot will not count towards the airdrop. I think this will also mean that if you guys are listing any of your SAUCERSWAP NFTs on Zoos.marketplace and they have not sold by the time this snapshot takes place, I am not sure how the token association rights actually work in the event of a snapshot. I'd probably say err on the side of caution and un- or delist your NFTs from those marketplaces to ensure they are fully held within your wallet. You do not want to be missing out on these airdrop rewards, particularly if you don't sell the NFT within time. So quick announcement there, but it looks like they're gearing up to move forward with airdrops. Hopefully we see some more information about their future timelines for DEXs. Continuing on the Hedera narrative, some big announcements today from Leemon and Mance, obviously from the Hedera team. Today is a big milestone for the Hedera project. At Hedera, one of the objectives has been to continually increase the decentralization of the network. We've continued to pursue that since Hedera was founded. I'm excited today to announce Mance and I, with the majority of the Hashgraph team, have officially launched Swirlds Labs to further decentralize the network following the Hedera Governing Council's vote to purchase and open source the Hashgraph IP. So I did a video on that many moons ago now. Swirlds Labs' focus is to further the development of the Hedera network as well as the ecosystem. We will continue to implement HIPs, Hedera improvement proposals, develop essential community tools, improve enterprise offerings, and provide critical services to the network. The Hedera network is fast, fair, secure, and well-governed, which provides the trust layer that our ever-growing community relies on. Our focus at Swirlds Labs will be to continue to grow this network and ecosystem. I will continue to contribute at Hedera as a council representative of Swirlds and as co-chair of the TechCom and CoinCon committees. More information about this milestone, see here. So, of course, Swirlds is part of the Hedera Governing Council. Leemon and Mance will be sat on those boards to help push forward Hedera. Similar line of thread from Mance over here. Not going to read through this one. You guys can read through it yourself, but exactly the same sort of narrative effectively. They're both moving from Hedera to help decentralization across the Swirlds Labs, and they will be working from that arm in order to continue pushing Hedera forward, or in order to support decentralization and enterprise adoption, which is brilliant to see. Flicking over and again staying within the Hedera ecosystem, I wanted to touch on Dovu again. It's been a couple of videos since I've released an update on this, and there's been some more cool tools they've released, as well as information from Matt, which I believe is worth sharing. That being said, they have got this new webpage or sort of dApp, which links to a MetaMask wallet in order for you to capture your carbon and support rural communities. So Dovu is making it easy to offset your crypto carbon by harnessing the incredible power of the soil. Are partnering carbon farmers work their magic. So what this tool effectively allows you to do is you can connect your MetaMask wallet, and via the Ethereum mainnet, you can basically calculate your carbon footprint from those transactions you've run through the Ethereum mainnet. So we can see here, I actually pulled up this tweet from someone basically saying they had distributed or contributed 1.2127 tons of carbon dioxide just for 61 transactions on the Ethereum network, which is crazy. We need a carbon negative network. We need Hedera. So calculator.dovu.earth is where you can do this. I urge you to go and do it. It may make you realize how unsustainable the Ethereum network is in its current state. And it also there tells you how much Dovu you need to purchase in order to offset that CO2 emission that you have created. So in this case, for 1.2 tons of CO2 emissions, you'd need roughly 3,500 Dovu. Tells you there as well your number of transactions and gas consumed. That being said, some comments from Matt over on the Discord server. I've just taken some screenshots. Loads of great information on their Discord server. I urge all of you to sort of join. And this was just a quick thread that I thought was very interesting and was worth sharing. So we can see here the idea behind reputational insurance to help organizations purchasing offsets combats risk with things like natural disasters or soil with a lower durability. Decentralized insurance where degens like us can benefit versus your giant insurance companies. Matt then replied saying, yes, exactly, and human error, fraud, etc. For the degen player, use your Dovu as a form of finite reputation, actual locked TVL to a given actor so that others can tell how many individuals degens have decided to stake value towards to form trust. My eventual vision is to have a directory of projects, auditors, verifiers, etc. that you can research, see evidence, e.g. LinkedIn profiles, accreditations, references, what projects they are, and already, etc. Kind of like we currently have for documents for farms. The big play will be that the Dovu protocol will be used for any ESG kind of asset that is created through the Guardian for Dovu credits to emissions to renewable energy credits. For degens, the game is staking for higher and sustained yields for lockups, high penalties for those that exit early to be distributed to the rest of the pool. API opportunities will be lock-up commitment, early entry to stake to an actor, how over under collateralized a given pool is. If you join a pool that is over collateralized, you have a lower risk profile, but a lower yield opportunity. In this case, a pool is locked TVL pointed to Dovu Guardian actors or any kind of entity on the network. The risk is that your stake forms the insurance aspect of the credit asset. So if something went wrong and the DAO voted to liquidate all or a portion of the pool to send to the purchase of carbon. So the general idea being here is you're going to have effectively insurance pools that you'll be able to stake your Dovu to. Obviously, natively, the higher the risk of that insurance pool, e.g., they're in a natural disaster zone next to an active volcano, you're going to have a much higher APY on that pool. However, you have a much higher risk in case something goes wrong and an insurance payout is required, or something else happens due to the collateralization of those Dovu assets against that particular project. So this is a sort of a genius way, effectively, of providing these types of policies via a DAO mechanism where people can vote on the collateralization of these assets. This is actually incredibly exciting and is a very novel use case for this kind of setup. And I think Matt is doing some great work over here at Dovu. And he also says here as well, the vision for this, is to provide reputational Dove system, which provides two main utilities: assign and prove a real TVL to any actor. So someone sets up their own farm somewhere in the marketplace, then you can stake to that. And then for every kilogram of verified offset, it can be backed by one Dovu for insurance. So if a carbon credit was shown to be bad, the buyers of said credits can propose to go to the Dovu DAO that they need a refund, which can be voted on. The risk to the stakers is posting up the collateral as part of the utility. The gain for the token holders is to find a balance of the actors that seem the most legit, might have a lower risk, higher APY for staking and insurance liquidation, not leaving the lock stake early as your capital will be distributed to treasury stakers. So interesting balance here and a great future vision by Matt himself. One of the last things I want to talk about, something got posted on Hedera around 10 hours ago, and it's something called Energy Trade Token. And apparently this is now listed with Hashpack. Feel free to add this to your wallets for an upcoming airdrop, date TBA soon. I scrolled down and they've already airdropped 10,000 ETT tokens to associated accounts, still working on automation, so bear with us. The general idea being here is that it's designed for an Internet of Things energy monitoring purpose, and to allow companies to accurately assess energy usage across large-scale infrastructure for their ESG reporting requirements. And the token can be used to trade via ratio with other tokens for carbon offset credits. Sounds fairly similar to Dovu. The token gains value by the collected information it will represent within the commercial environment. As someone said, very vague at the moment, strange, weird description with very trendy, cool-sounding buzzwords. That being said, there is no downside to associating a token, so I will be associating this token. You can do that via Hashpack, and maybe you will receive some in return. So effectively some free HTS tokens for you guys to do this early enough. That wraps up today's video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Lots of different news within the Hedera ecosystem. More videos to come soon on that as well. If you did enjoy this video, drop a like, leave a comment, make sure you're subscribed and follow me over on Twitter. Nearly at 2,000 subs over here on YouTube, and I think 700 followers on Twitter, which is brilliant. Till the next one, I'll see you soon. Cheers.